Welcome back, MVP Road Car. And today we're diving into one of the most exciting performance machines coming in the near future. The 2026 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. This is the kind of car that doesn't just roll onto the road, it arrives with presence, with attitude, and with a legacy behind every curve and every bolt. In this full in-depth breakdown, we'll explore the exterior, interior, performance, and expected pricing, giving you a detailed, cinematic experience from start to finish without breaking the flow into sections. The moment you first see the 2026 GT500 in person, it hits you with the same effect a fighter jet gives when it whips. Across the sky, loud, aggressive, and impossible to ignore. Ford has taken the already menacing visual identity of the Shelby line and pushed it even further. The front end is a masterpiece of modern muscle design. A massive grille dominates the face of the car, swallowing air with a purpose. It's not just big for show, it's a functional necessity to keep that monstrous engine cool. The grille is framed by slimmer, sharper LED headlights that give the car a predatory stare. The hood features deep vents and aerodynamic sculpting that look like they came straight out of Ford's wind tunnel. These vents aren't just cosmetic, they're engineered to channel heat away from the engine bay and improve overall airflow, keeping temperatures down even under heavy throttle. Walking along the side of the GT500, the presence becomes even more dramatic. The car sits lower and wider than the standard Mustang, giving it a planted, muscular look. The fenders flare outward, stretching over massive performance tires that look ready to bite into the asphalt. You can see the performance DNA even when the car is parked. The sculpted lines, the aerodynamic channels integrated into the doors, and the sharp side skirts that give the car a grounded, almost race car stance. The wheels, typically forged aluminum or optional carbon fiber depending on the trim, look like they were designed for the track first and the showroom second. Behind them are enormous Brembo brakes, painted in bright colors that catch your eye instantly. These brakes aren't just for show, they're engineered to bring this beast down from jaw-dropping speeds without hesitation. Moving to the rear, things get even more dramatic. The quad exhaust pipes look like artillery, ready to unleash a sound that shakes the road. The taillights continue the signature Mustang 3-bar design, but they've become more sculptural and aggressive. The rear bumper incorporates a deep, functional diffuser that helps reduce drag and keep the car stable at high speeds. And of course, depending on your configuration, you may see that towering carbon fiber rear wing, an unmistakable element of Shelby performance engineering. It's not there for styling alone. It generates serious downforce that keeps the GT500 glued to the road, especially during high-speed cornering. The whole rear end looks like it belongs on a car that lives on the track. Yet Ford has managed to balance function and attitude in a way that feels appropriate for the street. Stepping inside the 2026 GT500, you're greeted by a cabin that blends modern technology with classic Mustang personality. Ford knows that GT500 drivers want performance first, but that doesn't mean they want to sacrifice comfort or style. The seats are one of the first things you notice. Deep, supportive Recaro buckets designed to hold you in place, whether you're pushing through tight corners or cruising on the freeway. They're wrapped in premium leather or Alcantara, with contrast stitching that reflects the car's aggressive personality. The build quality has improved over previous generations, with more soft-touch materials, better fit and finish, and an increased use of carbon fiber trim throughout the cabin. In front of you sits a fully digital instrument cluster that changes based on your driving mode. Want a clean, simple layout for everyday driving? It's there. Want a track-focused display that highlights RPMs, gear position, and temperature gauges? That's ready too. The center touchscreen is larger and more responsive than ever, running Ford's latest Sync interface with crisp graphics and seamless transitions. Even though this car is built for speed, Ford hasn't forgotten the importance of connectivity. You still get wireless, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a premium audio system, and advanced driver assistance features. But the interior never feels overly tech-driven. The physical switches, the metallic paddle shifters, the sculpted flat bottom, steering wheel, they all keep you connected to the mechanical soul of the car. Now let's get into what truly defines a GT500, performance. While Ford hasn't officially released all the numbers yet, expectations and insider insights indicate that the 2026 model will raise the bar once again. The heart of the GT500 will continue to be a supercharged V8, likely building on or evolving from the legendary 5.2-liter Predator engine. Rumors and engineering estimates point toward horsepower figures, comfortably exceeding 800 horsepower, making this one of the most powerful production Mustangs ever created. The supercharger whine, combined with the deep, muscular roar of the exhaust, creates an engine note that sends chills down your spine before you even hit the gas. When you do hit the gas, the response is instant. The upgraded transmission, likely a refined dual-clutch setup, delivers shifts that are brutally fast yet smooth, enough to handle daily driving. Launch control ensures you get maximum traction off the line, and the traction management system helps translate all that power into actual forward motion instead of tire smoke. On the road, the GT500 feels alive, alert, and always ready to surge forward with explosive acceleration. Expect 0-60 times in the low 3-second range or better, depending on conditions and configuration. Handling has also been improved, with updated magnetic ride suspension that adjusts millions of times per second to road conditions. Whether you're on a track, a winding mountain road, or a typical city street, the GT500 feels balanced and predictable, even with all that power under the hood. Ford's engineers have worked hard to make this car not just fast in a straight line, but capable of taking on corners with serious confidence. Improved aerodynamics, better chassis rigidity, enhanced cooling, and race-bred engineering make this one of the most complete performance packages Ford has ever built. Braking is equally impressive, with the massive Brembo system offering incredible stopping power and fade resistance. No matter how hard you push the GT500, it feels ready for more. Finally, pricing. While Ford hasn't officially announced the starting price, industry expectations suggest the 2026 Shelby GT500 will begin somewhere in the mid-$90,000 range. With performance packages, carbon fiber track options, upgraded aerodynamics, and aesthetic add-ons, the higher-spec models could easily push past the $110,000 to $120,000 mark. And with market demand, dealer markups are unfortunately likely to drive real-world prices even higher. But even at those numbers, when you compare the GT500 to European supercars with similar horsepower levels, it still stands out as an incredible performance value. The 2026 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 is more than a muscle car. It's a statement. It's Ford showing the world that American performance isn't going anywhere, that raw power still has a place on modern roads, and that the Mustang name continues to evolve while honoring its roots. This car isn't just about numbers. It's about emotion. It's about that feeling you get when the engine roars to life, when the exhaust crackles on downshifts, when the supercharger screams under full throttle, and when you sit behind the wheel knowing you're piloting one of the most powerful production Mustangs ever built. Thanks for watching MVP Road Car. If you enjoyed this in-depth review, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and let me know in the comments. What do you think of the 2026 Shelby GT500? Is this the ultimate modern muscle car? Catch you in the next ride.